Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So guys, in this video we will have our discussion on the personal year concept of numerology, because we are heading very close towards the beginning of a new year. We all get curious about the yearly prediction or the theme customized to us. People start searching on that. So I just thought that before I will start uploading the yearly predictions astrologically customized to your rising sign, we can have first our discussion from the numerology perspective, numerology point of view as well. Guys, like at the beginning of this year only, like after doing intense work on the yearly predictions for 2024 astrologically, I did not have much time. So I just thought just to give to my audience a fair idea, because I was not taking the personal year concept that seriously that it's going to have that big of the audience. So the best seller book which gets recommended to us at Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, I read it just straight from there, and half of the portion I took from a newspaper article which got published. You know that in newspaper you have a readership of the millions of people, but after that only it created stayed up kind of, you know, where people, there were a huge segment of people like these days, specifically in the Hindi belt, the trend is that people are claiming to be a numerologist after doing a 99 rupees Instagram workshop of 2 days. And these were the guys who were actually feeling very perturbed, and they were like a category of the astrologers as well, who were even coming to my channel comment section and writing it there, has been copied from my channel. Now I do not know why would I copy it from someone else, or when I'm by myself claiming this thing that it has been taken from the book and it has been taken from a newspaper, and you can take the names as well. So just because now I have realized the kind of audience base which the numerology also has got, so I just thought much in time, much in advance, I will give you deeper penetrating insight on the personal year. Because guys, what happens is that if you will only look at the personal year in a very encapsulated generalized way, you will not be able to get the much clearer insight. But yes, if you will be able to get it from like personalized to your personality, I mean to say for the MULANK birth date vibration, that will definitely give you a deeper insight. So what we will be doing in this like series of the 12, like I mean to say 9 videos, is that I will be talking about from the perspective of the MULANK or the birth date number specific vibration. That let's say for example, if your birth date vibration is of 1, whether you are born on 1st or 10th or like 19th, or you are born on the 28th, so that means you come in the vibration of the number 1, which defines your personality. So now if this is what your birth date vibration, your MULANK is, how next year, whether it is a personal year like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, how this year is going to be for you, this is how we will be having our discussion. So okay guys, now before getting into that, in the comment section of this video, first it becomes very important to understand the universal theme or the vibration of the year 2025. Now guys, we all know this thing that if you will make a sum total of 2025, you will get the resulting number as the 9, which is being ruled by the planet Mars. But guys, you have to be a little bit careful over here. Just hearing the name Mars, you cannot come to this conclusion that it is going to be instigating all the warlike kind of situation which we are already witnessing in 2024. See, you have to understand this thing. When we talk about the sum total of 2024, it is ruled more by the planet Saturn. Along with that, even if we will blend astrology, even at a time when I uploaded the Chatra Shukla Pratipada calendar and all, so over there, like the king and the minister of this year was also the planet Saturn and the Mars. So this year was supposed to be carrying this energy. But when we talk about the energy of the number 9, universal year 9, 2025, if you'll make it sum total of 2025, that will give you 9, controlled by the planet Mars in numerology, but it has got more deeper penetrating insight to it, which has got more to do with the love and brotherhood. So what is going to be the universal theme for everyone? We will understand that. And also guys, for all the astrology audience and all, I want to make it very clear over here that definitely the time period till the month of April is definitely very skeptical. The thing is, because if you follow astrology, we know this thing that in the sign of the Pisces, after the end of the March, like Saturn and Rahu are going to be conjunct in the Pisces sign. Like almost there is going to be those days when almost 6 planets are going to be conjunct in the Pisces. So all what it is indicating that definitely there are going to be several various provocation which will finally lead to everyone praying to and everyone resorting to peace as a ultimate solution. So all what I'm trying to say over here is that whatever things about the universal brotherhood and love and friendship I'm talking about, somehow those vibration will start pacing up after the month of April for sure. So okay guys, now for the common section, trying to understand that 2025 universal year numerologically. So guys, over here as you can see that the universal year sum total of 2025 is 9. The couple of things which we get to know about it. Very first thing is that it is a completion of cycle and projects. So understand it in this way that the numerology calculation generally work on the basis of a 9-year cycle. So I mean to say that whatsoever has been a theme which has started, and this could be a case that specifically you have to go back, like the way, for example, the way things were turning out in the year 2016, because that was also the universal year vibration, like of number 9 only. You will get a deeper insight to it. But one thing is for sure that lot many of the pending projects, or I would say that, you know, discarded or old worn out like propagandas or causes, subjects which have been kind of, you know, lying on the table in the dire need of clearance and all, that could see the light of the day, I can say. For the completion, this is what universal year 9 tells about. Second thing is beyond doubt humanitarianism. So this is going to be a time when the whole humanity and collectively we all will be seeking out in the pursuit of brotherhood and philanthropy. Trust me guys, when we talk about, you know, all those old worn out ideologies and propagandas and all those you know, kind of very heated religion based sentiments, those kind of ferocious thought process might not be able to strike a chord with the collective or the majority of the people. Understand this thing guys, when we talk about the number 8, somehow not only Saturn, Ketu also comes into picture. So the point which I'm saying over here is that the vibe of the next year, let's say for example, it is applicable for everyone, even if you are a business professional. So the more you will be eyeing for the CSR, like, you know, your community social responsibilities. If you are a politician, so the more you will be talking about the bringing people together, the better it will strike a chord for you. The universal vibration will work much in harmony for you. The third point could be about the global awareness and international relations. This is going to be a very good news. Now guys, after that, when we talk about the global trends for 2025, what we could look forward to. So the very first thing is that definitely guys, there is going to be shift in the global power dynamics. Like the way I'm recording this video on October 5th, 2024. So there has been those news which have been speculating that on October 7th, when it is going to be a year of the attack which happened on Israel. So Israel is going to be under tremendous pressure to take action. And it has been speculated that it is going to be targeting certain sites in the Iran. And the speculation is that if it is going to happen, God, I wish, I hope, I pray that it should not happen. The world should not come to the brink of another war. But if it is going to take place, definitely Russia and China is going to come to the aid of the Iran. So all these kind of lobbies are definitely going to be putting world and humanity at risk against each other. So the point over here is that the shift which is going to be taking place next year, that shift in the global power dynamics will have got more to do with enough of the war, think about peace and kind of mutual collaboration and support for each other. Second thing is that definitely guys, for the advancement in technology and the science, Universal year 9 vibration is always very supportive, so definitely we will be coming across lot many of the actual serious technological advancement, not like iPhone having one update after another series launch without many much of the contrasting additional features and all. So yes, actual legitimate advancement in technology and science. Point number 2 is going to be increased focus on sustainability and the environmentalism. So definitely guys, when we talk about sustainable goods, when we talk about actual genuine concerns for the environment, like we all know this thing that the global warming, if it is being caused by the burning of the fossil fuel and other reasons and all, rising level of ocean and all, plastic use, all those kind of impending issues and all, the world will definitely going to have kind of lot of attention which will go in that area. Guys, you have to understand this thing. Next year, the beauty is that the chief significator of the technology, Rahu, is going to be transiting in the Aquarius. So Rahu's energy somehow, see, the beauty of the Aquarius is that if there is only one sign which hold this power to bring everyone together for a common cause, for having that utopian mindset, making world a better place and all. And definitely guys, unless and until you do not have that power to connect everyone, bring everyone on the boat, you will not be, no matter how good your intentions are, you will still be helpless, powerless. But this is the power which Rahu holds when it is in the Aquarius. So, and Saturn is going to be the dispositor of that Aquarius. Saturn is going to be in the sign of Aquarius, Pisces, which has got to do with the peace, cleansing, purification. So I mean to say it's a good energy for that. Next point is growing demand for social justice and equality. So again guys, trust me, there's a very least possibility, like the way certain events which happened, attacks on targeting someone's race, someone's color, someone's religion. So there is going to be a very huge demand for the social justice and equality in the universal year 9 in the year 2025. After that guys, expanded international cooperation and diplomacy, which I have already mentioned. Now guys, when we talk about the opportunities next year, so again guys, you can tailor it to your own business, your own aspiration, your own public image. So how the opportunities is going to be in the collectively, here I'm not talking about customized, here I'm talking about collectively. So the opportunities are going to be definitely filled with new beginnings and fresh starts for sure. Spiritual awakening and enlightenment. Lot many people are going to be taking heightened interest in the spiritual awakening of theirs. Why I'm here in this world? What is my place in the society? What I'm carved out to contribute? What is my uniqueness? What is my life purpose? All these are going to be the pressing issue for a lot many people. And guys, the good thing is that with Saturn in the Pisces, you will also have that capacity to put yourself in the line in order to find the unknown. So a lot many people will be willing to put themselves or offer themselves for those causes or for that quest. Along with that guys, definitely increased empathy and compassion for sure. This is not going to be the time when you will have this kind of comments, statements where everyone is thirsting for revenge or blood of the opponents and all. Definitely there is going to be empathy and compassion is going to be high for sure. Innovative solutions for the global problems. So technology is going to be at its peak, but there's a high possibility that advanced technology will not be used to cause harm. It will be used to somehow safeguard the interest. But one thing is for sure guys, whatever I'm saying, as per astrologically, end of the March and the first few days, weeks of the April are sensitive. Whatever I'm saying over here, it will be much more strongly potent, visible only after that. After that guys, innovative solution for global problems we have discussed. Personal growth and self-awareness. So yes, next year there's a lot of scope for, the thing is more than the personal growth and self-awareness, it's like, because a lot many people are going to be sick and tired of the old, worn out use of things. So they will be craving for something which is going to take them to the next level, discarding the old and embracing the new is going to be the theme for next year. Now guys, when we talk about the challenges, definitely we have to know about the challenges as well. So the first thing is that a lot many times it has been seen that in the universal year 9 there is going to be a lot of emotional intensity and the drama. So like the way there have been those cases, like like those kind of like when we talk about celebrities as well, because they have got this power to influence the world on a global level, like OJ Simpson case, any tragedy happens with Kardashian family, this DD case, and like Ben Affleck and I guess Jennifer Lopez were in the news as well. So emotional intensity and lot many people will be up there ready for the lot of drama as well. Second thing is conflict resolution and forgiveness. So yes guys, forgiveness is going to be somehow the deciding theme for the 2025 for sure. And the language of peace, forgiveness, extending an olive branch is something which will be appreciated much more, rather than only talking about blood, vengeance and revenge. Along with that guys, health issues related to stress and burnout. Yes, this is one such vulnerability that whenever 9 is operating over you, there is a somehow vulnerability of overwork, and because of that the burnout situation. And I guess because here we are talking about the global pattern and trends. So recently in India as well, in one of the province in India, it happened that there was this employee, she collapsed prayers for her soul, but she was not able to make it. She died because of the exhaustion and overwork in her IT or corporate toxic kind of culture, which later on came into the picture, that these guys have been made to work for like 16 hours, 18 hours. And I guess in across the globe, like there, I'm sure there are like certain countries, like I guess China also has 669 culture, or 996. I'm 996 culture, I'm so sorry. So I mean to say, like Japan also has got this reputation, certain countries where there is a lot of culture of overwork, over exhaustion for the employees. So lot many in the countries people will be talking about, it is going to be a very vocal thing regarding the stress and the burnout amongst the people. Next is guys, financial instability and economic shift, because we all know this thing. See, 9 is in a way planning to wrap up everything for making change for the new arrival and the new beginnings. So yes, economic shift is definitely going to be on the cards, and yes, natural disaster and global crisis. So guys, if I were to say, I want to be very honest over here, more than the people dying next year because of a missile sent by any enemy hostile nation, the possibilities of people dying more of because of the tsunami, hurricane, typhoon and all, that possibility is very strong, because Saturn is going in the Pisces sign of water bodies and all, and the month of April is going to be very very sensitive for these kind of tsunami, these kind of events and all, natural calamity and all. So that possibility is going to be there. After that guys, when we talk about the personal guidance, so definitely guys, the personal guidance, like certain general tips which are equally applicable for everyone. The very first point is that reflecting on the past experience and releasing of emotional baggage. Again guys, only if you know how to blend yourself as per the need of the hour. So next year the theme is going to be very much supportive for any of the trauma, betrayal, any of those wounds you are dealing with, you are battling with, any of those addictions you are battling with, for coming out clean and contemplating with proper due retrospect, contemplating on the shortcomings of yours and all, taking a vow, and now releasing that emotional baggage. Next year 2025 is for you. Second is focusing on the humanitarian pursuit and helping others will be rewarded very 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 strongly next year. Trust me on this thing. A lot many times we feel that okay, I will only do a, I still remember there was this meme I saw, there was this very poor guy kind of shivering in the cold, and like 2-3 people, 4 people I guess, or 5 people offering him a warm blanket, and rest of the people are just touching it to get a picture clicked. And there was a caption over there that this guy will not die of the cold, there's a much more fear of him dying of the heaviness of the fever. So I mean to say, universe is always watching us. Don't do something like with this intent that only when someone is appreciating you, looking at you, acknowledging you, planets are all the time observing you. And next year's vibration is very good for humanitarian pursuit and helping others unconditionally. You never know the person whom you will lend a helping hand, in which form, which shape, the same favor will come back to you when you will be in the dire need. Next year is carrying all that energy. Again guys, next point is cultivating spiritual growth through meditation and self-reflection. Very good. So we all know Saturn is also going to be in the Pisces, Rahu is in the Aquarius, and Rahu is not about, who says that Rahu couldn't be spiritual? You know the kind of level of heights which Rahu can give you. In negative cases, it gives through some intoxicants or use of stimulants, but for rest of the people also, we say that all the new age gurus and all who are actually blending, like these days, there was never used to be the case where you see a typical Indian spiritual guru using the terms like amygdala, using the terms like dopamine. So what is this? This is what the blend of Aquarius and Rahu energy is like. So this is what I'm trying to say, that yes, Rahu also hold this potential, and the energy of the next year is very good for cultivating spiritual growth through meditation and self-reflection. And lastly guys, the last point is embrace change and uncertainty with flexibility. So yes, you need to embrace any of the change, because the universal vibration and the universe is definitely working out some sort of wrapping up something just to pave path for something new to begin. So yes, embrace any change and uncertainty with the flexibility. Now guys, after that, before we will get to the customized part, one just last thing which I wanted to say for all those people who do not know how to calculate the personal year, because this whole discussion, all these 9 videos which I will be uploading are going to be on the basis of the MULANK 1, MULANK 2, MULANK 3, and you will be reading the section of that for your birth date MULANK number, the personal year what you will be next year. So important is that you should know how to calculate the personal year on the first thing. So that's very simple guys. How to calculate personal year? You have to make a sum total of your month of birth, you have to add it with your date of birth, and you have to add it with the calendar year. So for example, in this reference chart, if the person's date of birth is February 10th, 1996, and you have to calculate the personal year for the 2025 for this guy, it's very simple. So you will take the month of birth, which is 2, you will take the date of birth, which is 10, and you will add the 2025 over here. So 2 plus 1 plus 0 is going to be 1. 2025, we will add it, it will become 9. So now we have to add 2 plus 1 plus 9, which will give us 12. Again, you will reduce it to a single digit. 1 plus 2 is going to be 3. So for someone who is born on February 10th, 1996, the vibration of the personal year next year for this person is going to be of number 3. Now guys, the next example is, let's say for example, if you want to calculate the personal year for 2025 for someone who is born on March 14th, 2004. So that's very simple. The formula is that you have to add month of birth, date of birth with the calendar year. So month of birth is March, it is 3. You will add 14, 1 plus 4 is 5, and then the 2025, you will add all the numbers, it is going to be 9. So 3 plus 5 plus 9, the resulting number is going to be 17. You will reduce it to a single digit. So 1 plus 7 is going to be 8. So that means for someone who is born on March 14th, 2004, the personal year vibration next year 2025 for this person is going to be of the number 8. So guys, being a MULANK 8, hard work, being practical comes natural to you. The good part about the MULANK 8 or the influence of 8 in numerology is that you guys are built with this natural capacity to reach the peak in your chosen field. Now why it is possible? Because you have that capacity to handle big projects. You have this capacity to not to make a fuss of your struggle and keep on diligently, consistently putting forth your efforts in the life. So yes guys, with this influence and energy of the power pack number 8 in your personality in the year 2025, if you will be in the personal year 1. So guys, to begin with, definitely this is going to be a year which is going to be filled with a lot of new opportunities, and there's going to be a lot of the new beginnings in your life. Now guys, understand this thing, that when we talk about being in a personal year 1, it might work very good like for someone who is very flexible, which could be the nature of the MULANK 5, or someone who's going to be very trusting, or someone who's going to be very lovey-dovey, which could be the domain of the MULANK 6. But when we talk about the MULANK 8 people, they tend to remain a little bit rigid. So I mean to say, during this year, you have to have that trust in the higher powers in the universe. In whichever direction and capacity, life is asking you to be flexible, not to stay very orthodox or very traditional. So I mean to say, you should give this year a shot in order to present things with a new perspective and embrace any new beginnings, any new changes which life is going to be bringing in your life. Along with that guys, generally we say this thing, that any opportunity lost this year, you might have to wait for another 9 years for the same level of opportunity. Because like the way guys, in astrology, which works on the principle of the like if you follow the Vimshotri Mahadesha, which works on a simple pattern that every planet has been allotted a fixed time period, duration. Like the way Saturn in the Vimshotri Mahadesha has been allotted 19 years of time. But when we talk about numerology, you work in a cycle of the 9 years. So I mean to say, any opportunity lost this year might come back only after 9 years. So you have to be proactive. Along with that guys, you have to take the chances in this year without being afraid, and at the same time without being too headstrong. Because guys, the concern with the MULANK 8 people is that they could be a little bit pessimistic at times. They are very much prone towards to looking at the fault finding side of any situation, of any enterprise, of any mechanism. But during this year, you do not have to be afraid to take chances, but at the same time, you do not have to be too forceful or too headstrong. Now guys, definitely in this year, there will be a test of courage and character which you have to pass, because you know this thing that Saturn, which has got a rulership over your MULANK, also honors a person with good character and person of good moral conducts and all. And something similar is also attached with the vibration of the personal year 1 as well, which is being ruled by the planet Sun. So I mean to say, there will be test of courage and character in different planes, in different situation for you. And the good part is that it's not like that you are only going to be tested on the plane of that how pure you are. You will also be tested on this level, that whether you will stick by your word or not, whether you are going to be staying firm towards what you believe or what you associate, in a way that your individuality will be tested during this year. Along with that guys, don't turn aside people. Like I would say, don't turn aside because of other people's opinions or judgment over you. If only one thing which you want to pay heed to or listen to your inner voice. And just because you are a MULANK 8, all the lessons which you have accumulated in the life through your journey, through the mistakes done by you in the past. Because guys, if I were to attach this quality or trait out of all the MULANKs, I will give the credit to the MULANK 8 people, that they are like very good in gaining lesson from any situation. Along with that guys, definitely you have to keep and hold a constant image in front of you, that what exactly you want to end up becoming after 9 years. Because only if you have that high set image or goal set for you, then only you will be getting that daily motivation for putting the best efforts and all. Now lastly guys, if I were to summarize, definitely one thing I can say with confidence, that in contradiction to lot many other numerologists who emphasize that like they have bifurcated different personal years with different events. For example, you can only get married in the personal year 2, 3 or 6. You can only do good in business in the personal year 8. But what I personally feel is that 1 represents beginning. Now this can take place on any front. Like I have seen people in the personal year 1 to getting married, starting fresh in a new country, getting their dream job, having a childbirth. So in any capacity whatsoever is, or holding this capacity to lay seeds to something fresh, something new, very new opportunity and all, fresh start and all, can actually happen in the personal year 1. Now guys, moving ahead, now let's say for example, if being a MULANK 8 in the year 2025, you are in the personal year 2. So definitely guys, to begin with, being a MULANK 8, that definitely makes you very hardworking, very practical, very dependable. The only reason that all the MULANK 8 people stand a chance to reach the peak of their chosen field is that because they have this capacity to handle big projects, and somehow they also have got this natural capacity to lead people with example, with inspiration. And I guess out of all the numbers, there's no other number which has got this capacity, that where they sort of invoke the feeling of respect from other people. So that is all kind of traits which have been attached to you. And definitely guys, MULANK 8 people have been seen in good position in all walks of life. Like this could be, you might be on a good political seat, you might be working in the iron scrap business, heading that business, so in any of so capacity. Now guys, when we talk about that, if in the year 2025 being a MULANK 8, you are in the personal year 2. So definitely guys, to begin with, this is a year for attraction and not action. Things only come to you if you're consistently working hard and you are quiet and receptive. See guys, understand this thing. The personal year simply means that, okay, what kind of circumstances, people, situation you have to deal with, in which like what kind of strategies will actually give you results, that we get to know from the personal year calculation. So the point over here is that sometimes it happens is that unless and until you will not take initiative, things are not gonna happen. Unless and until you will not push around, things are not gonna happen. And there are like certain times when you leave everything and you have faith in the higher powers, you did your job right, and you just believing, and you have that strong faith in manifestation, in attracting things rather than chasing. So those kind of qualities can be attached with the energy of the personal year too. Along with that guys, this is a very good year for cooperation, forming alliances, getting into new clubs, joining some new membership, and trying to build a network. It's a very good year for that. And along with that guys, this is one example which I have been giving for all the MULANKs whenever I reach the personal year 2. Like in the older times, where the royalties and the kingdoms, just to be assured that the another hostile kingdom is not gonna invade at them, they used to get their kids married, so that now there is a formal alliance between the two kingdoms. So this is what the vibration of the personal year 2 is. That like a lot many times what happen is that you are just going out with someone, there is a mutual attraction, there is that kind of care for each other, but you are still hesitant to label that relation. The energy of this year is that you have to label those relations and all. You have to form association and you have to cooperate. If you have this mindset that, okay, I will only work when what is there for my good, or I will only be associated with those organizations, those causes, if I will be put in the front, if I will be on the spotlight. So the energy of this year is not like that. You might get the recognition the way you will be running and managing the show from behind the scene rather than being the spotlight on you. Along with that guys, in this personal year too, tact and diplomacy helps. Now over here I want to say that being a MULANK 8, this is something which comes very natural to you. The judgment of the MULANK 8 is always appreciated. It's very commendable, and that is the only reason that they have this astute judgment that they end up being in the top of the position and all. So this is a year for you where tact and diplomacy will definitely help you. Along with that guys, this is a year for amassing and accumulation. Like the energy or the vibe of this year is that the more you will be in this mindset of saving money, gaining on those goodwill, or anything good review, favors or something. So the more you will be in this mode of accumulation, the better this year will turn out for you. Like the energy of the personal year 2 is not about being extravagant, being in that mode of pompousness. It has got more to do with preservation of the energy. Along with that, guys, during this year, patience is necessary as progress could be a little bit slow. So you have to be patient for the results or the outcome of all of your efforts to reap result. So you have to be a little bit patient about that. Along with that, guys, this is a year where you have to be empathetic towards others rather than being forceful and aggressive. So the more you are empathetic, you are patient, you are tolerant, you are forgiving, the better this year will work for you. And along with that, guys, for creative outlets and travels, this is a very therapeutic year. And I guess that is one reason, and that is one area where the MULANK 8 natives somehow at times suffer. Like if I were to say that out of all the MULANKs, it's the number 8 people only who are very much prone and vulnerable towards the burnout because of overwork, over exhaustion. So my recommendation is that during this year, staying close to nature, undertaking those travels and all, participating in those retreats and all tend to remain very therapeutic. So any creative outlets and travels prove to be very therapeutic in the personal year 2. So guys, if I were to summarize, for the MULANK 8 people in the personal year 2, it is a very good energy for getting married, starting your business, forming some association, getting into alliance, partnership with people and all. So this is how the energy of the personal year 2 is going to be turning out, specific to the MULANK 8 people in the year 2025. Now guys, moving ahead, now let's say for example, being a MULANK 8, if in the 2025 you are in the personal year 3. Now definitely guys, we all know this thing that the certain qualities overlap with all the MULANK 8 people. Like it hardly matters whether you are born on the 8th of any month, 17th of 18th any month, 26th of any month. So you all have those qualities of being disciplined, being very hardworking, being very loyal, dependable. The only reason MULANK 8 people end up reaching the top of the position and all, because they have this capacity to handle big projects. They actually become top leader and good leader is that only because they have this genuine care for the humanity. They want to make the world a better place. Otherwise guys, people say that Rahu can give you success in politics and all. See, Rahu is always a triggering factor. So Rahu can trigger something, but once suddenly, okay, for example, Rahu can suddenly create this hype around me. But when everyone in the world starts searching on me simultaneously and they don't find anything, then what's the use of that hype which Rahu has created? So for Rahu to give results or work well, you need to have done some concrete substantial work, and that sort of substantial work can only happen, that lasting work can only happen if Saturn is happy with you. Saturn is in a strengthened state, or MULANK 8 is, number 8 is supporting you. So okay guys, now if being a MULANK 8 in the year 2025, you are in the personal year 3. So guys, we all know this thing in numerology, number 3, 6, 9 are considered as very fortunate. Many auspicious events happens in our life. Now when I say auspicious, so the definition of auspicious, fortunate varies individual to individual, and a lot is dependent on in which stage of life you are in. If right now you are in an age, getting married is fortunate in your dictionary. If you are in an age, in a situation where having a childbirth is auspicious for you, you are in that stage where starting your own business, getting that funding is very important, auspicious for you. So that can be granted in the personal year 3. So yes guys, it's a very auspicious year for witnessing harmonious events. Along with that, self-improvement in the personal and the family life. We all know this thing guys, that when we talk about the self-improvement, so this could be a case that you have any of the personal health goals, fitness goals, business vision, business goals. So this year has got this potential and capacity to grant you all of that. And like the way I mentioned this thing, the impact is going to be not only in your personal life, but also in your family life as well. Along with that guys, life gives many opportunity and reasons to feel happy in the personal year 3. It is one thing which is widely accepted in the science of numerology that 3 in itself is connected with Jupiter, which in itself represents fortune. And coincidentally, Jupiter next year is going to be transiting in the Gemini in the 3 number sign as well. So yes guys, be prepared. Next year is coming in with lot many opportunities for you. Along with that guys, many tasks can be accomplished and recognition can be attained. So if there have been those impending things which you for long have been trying to wrap up or finish them, take them to the completion, this year will definitely give you chances for all of that. Along with that guys, definitely even from the recognition point of view, lot many people get nominated for awards, nominated for any recognition and something. So even for the popularity recognition point of view as well, the personal year 3 is considered as fortunate. Along with that guys, the good part about this year is that we say this thing that you do not have to fall into a rut. Like, you do not have to be very monotonous. Always add a fresh layer of hope, inspiration, doing something which is very uplifting. So your work, your energy should be reverberating or exuding this sort of theme, this sort of vibe. How you can uplift other people's life or solve their problem, give them hope, this has to be your mindset. So again guys, that is the only reason I would say this thing that for this year, try to use your imagination and creativity in a constructive way. You do not have to fall into a rut, because that is the kind of vulnerability which is always attached with the MULANK 8 people, because the influence of Saturn or the MULANK 8 energy vibration makes you do the same thing repetitive for years without thinking about any change, any innovation, any experiment. But this year, if you are trying about that, revamping your own personal image or something, so this year will definitely give you scope for all of that. Along with that guys, we generally say this thing that the personal year 3 is considered as a very gregarious, is considered as a very social year, in a way that people host lot many gatherings, they organize lot many parties, they get invited to lot many events and all. So yes, it's a very good year for having that social life, loved ones, family members all around you. Along with that guys, be mindful of finishing one thing at a time or not undertaking too many things simultaneously. So yeah, because personal year 3 has got more to do with putting your focus in one thing, and then only you will be able to find that okay, luck and divinity, omens is also supporting you. But if you're all scattered in multiple things, you're gonna even make the nature go confused that okay, I want to help this guy, help this poor fellow, but in which area shall I help him, because he is into multiple things. So yes, be mindful of finishing one thing at a time. Along with that guys, the good part about this year is that because if in the year 2025 you are in the personal year 3, so that means in 2023 you would have been in personal year 1. So we say this thing, numerology works on the 9-year cycle. So whatever seeds you would have sown in the year 2023, by this year 2025 you will start seeing the development or progress of all those investments which you would have done 2 years before. And along with that guys, we generally say this thing that because being a MULANK 8, being determined and strong-willed to a purpose, to a mission, to a cause is something which defines you. So yes, people who are holding some purpose, some mission, they are consistently working towards something. So this year will definitely give you right set of foundation platform, and there is a least possibility that people are going to get distracted from their ultimate eventual goal for which they have been working very hard. So guys, if I were to summarize, if being a MULANK 8 in the year 2025 you are in the personal year 3, it is a very auspicious year for you for getting married, buying your first house, clearing those important competitive exam, having very social active life, travels, fortunate events, events or like situation which brings happiness in our life can be attached as this year's theme for you. Now guys, moving ahead, now let's say for example, if being a MULANK 8 in the year 2025 you are in the personal year 4. So yes guys, to begin with, definitely being a MULANK 8 makes you very hardworking, very disciplined, a person of integrity, morals and good character. Guys, the only reason why MULANK 8 people reach the peak of their chosen field is that because they have this capacity to handle big projects. They have this capacity to lead other people with inspiration, with example, and somehow invoke that feeling of respect in the eyes of other people. So guys, if in year 2025 you are in the personal year 4, so guys, the good part is that during this year definitely it is somehow synchronous to your energies, because you will be working very hard. This is what your innate nature is. If you were to ask any MULANK 8 person, this person does not hesitate in going to any extent in terms of hard work for the fulfillment of the goals and all. And like the way I always appreciate the MULANK 8 people for their good judgment as well. So this year guys, every ounce of detailing, planning and hard work will definitely get rewarded. Problems, something to do with your relatives and all, or any of the health related ailments and all, so we generally say this thing that you have to give attention to them. Any of the neglectful attitude towards these things tend to bring a lot of disappointment. So I mean to say, because your MULANK 8 is a Saturn energy, then you are in the energy of the year which is controlled by Rahu and all, so it somehow makes people a little bit prone and vulnerable towards misunderstanding with their relatives. It would have been a small thing, but just because you did not deal with it at the right time, now it amplified and became such a big issue, big problem in the families. Or this could be the same case with the health as well. So if something happens, it should not be neglected, otherwise it could lead to a bigger disappointment. Along with that guys, be meticulous with your finances, your financial planning and all. Be responsible and dutiful towards your family. Number 8, MULANK being in the personal 4 has everything to do with discipline, a person of good morals, integrity, character, and who is a provider to the family. So be responsible for your family. Avoid feelings of restraint or slow progress. That's not gonna happen during this year. So recommended is that just avoid the feelings that like, let's say for example, if you want to do something and you feel that okay, I'm not getting the best support from people around me. So again guys, that is what the beauty of the planets like Rahu and Saturn is, that Rahu is about diplomacy, Saturn is about consistent hard work. So, and the only way the malefic planets give result is that if you are not gonna get disappointed because of some initial failures. They want you to be rough and hard enough to find success only after going through your own share of hardship. So yes guys, along with that guys, the good part is that if you are in the personal year 4 in 2025, that means in the year 2024 you are in the personal year 3. So we generally say this thing that use the good fortune of this year, whatever you are making, try to lay foundation for big plans in the personal year 4 in 2025, so that and the visible developments will start coming in by the end of the year. But it becomes very important for the MULANK 8 who's going to be in the personal year 4 that you have to be laying foundation for your dreams, for your plans and all. Let's say for example, for long you have been you thinking about becoming an astrologer, becoming a photographer, becoming an actor. So invest in your training and all. If you even want to become a fashion photographer, the camera which you thought seems to be very expensive, but all what is needed is that you need to cut down on your surplus expenses in this year or by the beginning of the first few months of the next year, and then you can buy that camera, invest in your craft, invest in your dream and all. So this is what the energy of the personal year 4 is. And guys, we generally say this thing that in the personal year 4, the more you can keep yourself busy, it is equally applicable for the and gets more important for MULANK 8 people who are in the personal year 4, because if you will not keep yourself busy or occupied, overthinking might take the or bring the worst out of you. So yes guys, if I were to summarize, if being a MULANK 8 in the year 2025, if you are in the personal year 4, it is a very good year for finding success in your business enterprises. It is a very good year for people to recognize you for your true authentic talents, for passing any competitive exam, big investments and all. Regarding that, the energy of this year is auspicious. Like the way guys, I do not want to say this thing that the personal year 4 is not good for love and all. The only reason is that like, and why we say that the personal year like 2, 3, 6 are considered as good for romance and kind of marriage and all, because those are the years where there's a lot of potential of attraction, like that sort of mutual compatibility, harmony with someone. But the energy of the personal year 4 just keeps tied with the responsibilities, duties and all. So native generally tend to remain somehow distracted with the pressure of the work only. So because of that, I would not root too much for the love, romance and all. You can definitely impress someone with your work ethics, but for the true authentic romance or affair, I would still say this thing, that the personal year 5 or 6 is a much better call for that. So yes guys, moving ahead, now let's say for example, if being a MULANK 8 in the year 2025, you are in the personal year 5. So yes guys, to begin with, definitely your MULANK 8 makes you very hardworking, very loyal, a person of integrity, morals, good character and all. You have this capacity to reach the peak of your chosen field. Why? Because MULANK 8 have got this capacity for handling any of the big projects or the big responsibilities. You have this capacity to lead people with inspiration, with example and all. And that is the only reason MULANK 8 people end up invoking the feeling of respect from the eyes of other people, from other people. Now guys, definitely if in this year you are going to be in 2025, you are going to be in the personal year 5. One thing is for sure, that this is the year which will invoke a lot of the feelings of excitement and adventure. This is a year where the change is on the cards for you, like, and even the opportunities which will come, they will be attached with adventure, thrill and feeling of excitement. So let's say for example, if you're already bored in your one cubicle corporate job where you are working, and suddenly if it happens that you'll be approached for transfer to a new department, to a new location, so do not be disheartened, because it could happen or materialize in this way, that once you will accept that change, that promotion, or you will be based in a new location, somehow your experiences are going to become much more relaxed, friendly, enjoyable, little bit fun element gets added over there, because MULANK 8 people have this tendency to stay very stern, very serious in terms of their duties towards their work and all. But during this year, definitely it could be attached, or it could be filled with feeling of adventure and excitement as well. So yes guys, during this year, change is on the cards. New opportunities will be filled with adventure and excitement. It's a very good year where there's going to be a lot of the possibilities of travels, of affair, of new friendship and change of residence. And guys, all these things which I just mentioned, whether it's going to be the change of residence, whether it's going to be new friendship or travels, whatever is going to happen, it will be filled with the feeling of adventure, excitement, fun, thrill and kind of very feel good kind of factor. Along with that guys, you have to be very resourceful and you have to be very opportunistic in this year, because the personal year 5 is somehow ruled by the planet Mercury, and whatever opportunities or window of opportunities Mercury opens in front of us, they are very short lived. I mean to say, if you are not very proactive in the face of that opportunity, you might lose out on that. So you have to be resourceful, you have to be opportunistic, and you have to be a little bit versatile as well. So yes guys, and we generally recommend this thing, that in the personal year 5, advertise and market yourself as much as it is possible. Like what has been seen in the research is that a lot many times what happens, that they're like those big entrepreneurs and business professional, in some other times they were like doing the branding of their business, of their firm, through hiring models, actors, different celebrities, influencers and all. But somehow when they are in the personal year 5, they prefer or they choose to be the face of any marketing advertising campaign, and which generally yields good results. So yes guys, if you have a business of your own, present it with a new variety, with a new angle, and do lot of advertising, lot of marketing. So guys, if at the end, if I were to summarize, so guys, if being a MULANK 8 in the year 2025, you are in the personal year 5, so it is a very good year for travels, change of residence, acquiring some new skill, enrolling for any new course, Along with that, for immigration related concerns as well, this year's vibration is considered as very good. When it comes down to relationship, it has got more of a friendly vibe rather than the vibe of romance or commitment and all. And along with that, guys, very good year commercially and for having some multitude of experiences in this year. Now guys, moving ahead, now let's say for example, if you are a MULANK 8, which makes you very hardworking, very disciplined, a person who is known for integrity, morals, character, you have this capacity to reach the peak of your chosen field. Why? Because you have this capacity to manage people well, to handle big duties and responsibilities. Like MULANK 8 people have this capacity to lead people with example. They have this capacity to invoke that feeling of respect from other people. So guys, if in the year 2025 you are in the personal year 6, so definitely guys, to begin with, this is one such year where you have to prioritize your family and your domestic life, because guys, the only reason which could make us away from undertaking or shouldering our duties and family responsibilities is that, like, for different MULANK people, the reasons could be different. Like we say this thing that the number 1 could be more driven towards authority, power, or number like 7 might be distracted because of gaining some specialization, might be because dedicated, devoted to the asceticism, spirituality and all. But when we talk about the 8 MULANK people, it's just like that their own nature is little bit private, little bit reserved, and they undertake too much of the responsibilities and all. So I mean to say, whatsoever your story is, in this year, family, duties, responsibility needs to be prioritized. Along with that, guys, this year there's a very strong possibility that some romance might trigger up, stir up. You might be attracted towards someone else might be attracted towards you. And generally it has been seen that in order for people to get married, personal year 6 is always considered as very supportive for that. Along with that, guys, we say this thing that MULANK 8 people, naturally they are very helpful, they are very much devoted, dedicated towards the community causes and all. But during this year, it will somehow become a little bit mandatory, where your presence will be needed for any community related matters, causes, welfare, resident association and all. So your presence over there, your participation, your suggestion will be highly appreciated over there. Along with that, guys, the beauty of this year is that you actually kind of find yourself being loved. So there's a high possibility that in this year you'll be surrounded by love, by friendliness and contentment. Like, the good part is that this year, whatever we do, it somehow is followed by the degree and sense of satisfaction and contentment attached to it. And lastly, guys, this is also a very good year for the settlement of business and property wherever you are in the life. Let's say for example, you have your business interest back in your home country and you migrated to the west, you're living in United States, you're living in Canada or in Europe. So the thing is that if there are like any things like your ancestral home needs to be settled, needs to be sold, some rework needs to be done, even in your business there like some settlement which needs to be done. So the personal year 6 vibration is considered as very harmonious for doing settlement in all these kind of fields. Along with that, guys, let's say for example, if being a MULANK 8, if in the year 2025 you're in the personal year 6 and you are a designer, you are a model, you have your own boutique. So if in any capacity you're also connected with the performing arts or glamour, entertainment business and all, those people can also do very good when they are in the personal year 6. So guys, if I were to summarize, being a MULANK 8, if in the year 2025 you're in the personal year 6, the energy of this year is very supportive for you to get married, to do something good which is going to be giving you a lot of PR, where some story has been done on you, capacity to enjoy luxury, capacity to make some very good connection, do big settlement in your business, in your property and all. So this is how this year is going to be working out for you. But the underlying packaged prediction for the personal year 6 to the MULANK 8 is that you'll be surrounded by your loved ones. Now guys, moving ahead, now let's say for example, if being a MULANK 8, if in the year 2025 you are in the personal year 7. So definitely guys, being a MULANK 8, it makes you very hardworking, it makes you very disciplined, like you have this capacity to be known for your integrity, morals, good character. Why we say that the MULANK 8 people reach the peak of their chosen field? Because they have this capacity to shoulder big responsibilities, lead people with example, inspiration and all. And that is the only reason these guys end up invoking the feeling of respect in the society. So guys, if with all these qualities and all, if in the year 2025 you are in the personal year 7. So guys, to begin with, this is a year for you guys to contemplate, prioritize inner development and specialize in your field. So again guys, in a way, see, when we talk about the MULANK 8 people, their judgment is always appreciated, their true intentions are always appreciated. They actually are the true philanthropic humanitarian. They don't want to make a fuss, they live in simplicity and they just want to give back. But the thing is that sometimes you're this like this quest for only living for others, doing things for others, take a toll on your own self development. And during this year, it has got more to do with kind of retreating from the public, you know, getting out of the public world and being in that isolation, working on your craft, gaining that specialization, contemplating on your life, on your development. Like the way guys, when we talk about the out of all the MULANK, it's the MULANK 8 people and the MULANK 7 people who have got this capacity to probe around these questions. Why I am here in this world? What is my purpose? What is my sole purpose? So I mean to say, this year will definitely give you a chance to go very deep in spirituality or for any of the inner engineering, inner development. Along with that guys, this is not a very good year for expansion or change. Rather, it's a very good year for the reflection and the perfection. So in any capacity you want to do a proper analysis of, like with a proper due hindsight, you want to see that okay, wheresoever the fault lies, how you could have done better. See, it's not about sinking in the past and getting into depression. It's about extracting the learning out of it. So yes guys, this is a year for reflection and perfection rather than change and expansion, and deepen the roots of everything that matters. Along with that guys, definitely we say this thing that the spirituality, meditation, self introspection and new lines of awareness is definitely going to be in the air. See, when we talk about the personal year, the personal year vibration has got more to do with you know, the kind of circumstances, people, energy you will deal with in that year. So when we talk about the energy of the 7, it has got everything to do with the spirituality, with meditation, self introspection and new lines of awareness. So being a MULANK 8 in this year 2025, if you're in the personal year 7, definitely these kind of practices and line of interest will be rewarded very strongly. And definitely guys, there could be those feelings of loneliness and detachment. Over here you are very prone towards it because your MULANK energy in itself makes you prone towards slipping into depression, loneliness, detachment and all. And the personal year is also going to be creating those vibe and all. So yes, you have to be very careful that it's better to distance yourself from the society for working on your craft, taking that sabbatical, taking that break, going on that hibernation, but not at the cost of doing your self damage, getting into loneliness and depression and all. And yes guys, this is a year for you to get acquainted with your powers. Learn from the past mistakes and invest and start working towards your future desires. So guys, if I were to summarize, being a MULANK 8, if in the year 2025 you are in the personal year 7, so this is a very good year for getting specialization. People who are in any business of research, exploration, investigation, it's a very good year for gaining that specialization in your craft. You know, people, we say this thing that a lot of inventions are done, a lot of the patents are signed, and this are somehow attached with the vibration of the personal year 7. It holds that potential to give you that. And again guys, here we're not talking about the universal year. Here we are talking about your specific personalized energy. So if you are working with this mindset, it can give you the result. Like the way guys, again, people say this thing that why marriages and romance is connected more with the personal year 2, 3 or 6, because if a relationship happens in the personal year 7, there is a more of the possibility that it is happening because of the feelings of insecurity rather than true love. So yes, I will not root too much for the marriage, romance, fun, travel, but yes, change of residence can take place, transformation in the life can happen, inner light can be illuminated, interest in like meditation and all can be invoked, and not being contented with the superficiality. Craving for getting and diving deep is going to be the theme of this personal year for the MULANK 8 people. Now guys, moving ahead, now comes the very important personal year. So guys, if you are a MULANK 8, like born on the 8th of any month, 17th of any month, 26th of any month, which makes you very hardworking, very disciplined, filled with character, integrity, morals, values, capacity to lead people with inspiration, with right set of examples. Why we say this thing that the MULANK 8 people have this capacity to reach the peak of their chosen field, because they have this capacity to shoulder big projects and handle big responsibilities, and that is the only reason they invoke respect in the society. So guys, this year is very special for you, because being a MULANK 8 in the year 2025, you are in the personal year 8 as well. So guys, like the way we say this thing that all the occult sciences point in the direction of finding the and seeing the symmetry. Like if the same promise is being verified from the multiple directions, the possibility of the occurring of that event tend to remain very strong. So for example, if being a MULANK 8 in the year 2025, you are in the personal year 8 as well. Let's say for example, in that year you are turning 26 years of age, you are turning 35 years of age, you are turning 44 years of age, 53 years of age. So we are getting that overlap. Somehow 8, 8, 8 is coming into the symmetry. So I mean to say guys, definitely this is a very important year for you. Now why I say it important? What's the reason for that? So definitely guys, it's about that MULANK tells about your pure qualities, your traits, which defines you. And personal year is also 8. So that means life will give you only those opportunities, those circumstances which purely reverberate with your personality, which is completely in sync, compatible with your personality. So that kind of people, circumstances, situation you will deal with. So yes guys, to begin with, this is definitely a power year for you. That means capacity to be considered for important job promotion, dealing or meeting very substantial, very successful, powerful people and all. So yes, this is a power year for you. This is a year to claim territory, material advancement, action, accomplishments and great forward strides. This is a year to dream big, fulfill your ambition and for the manifestation. So like the way guys, I say this thing that okay, it's like when I'm giving so much emphasis on this, so what does it mean? It means that if you have that desire or dream for bringing a change, doing something larger than yourself. Okay, if you are in a 9 to 5 job, you are contented, you are satisfied, just one promotion is going to make you happy, then it's fine. But if your goals and dreams are of some next level, that okay, I know I have done so many of the online courses, workshop on the fashion photography, film photography, climate, nature concerns, causes, becoming a volunteer over there. So if you are craving for that in that year, if this is what you are seeking, universe will grant you or will connect paths or connect dots for you. So but again guys, important is that are you looking in the same direction or not? Are you working towards that or not? But if you are a kind of person who does not crave for it, then definitely there's a least possibility something will happen. But yes, because the MULANK and personally is happening same. So means there's a lot of potential, like it has been seen in the research. Like, there is one thing which is seen as big, substantial, like the way we say many people who become presidents and all, at a time of taking the oath, winning the election, somehow Saturn is influencing their 11th house, or they are in the dasha of the 10th house, 11th house, 4th house, or same way from the numerology they might be in the personal year 8. So that is the kind of potential this year holds. Along with that, guys, generally it has been seen that people demonstrate very remarkable judgment in this year. Like it has been seen in the research that, like a lot of the people who like were able to do, like in any of their professional journey, when it was done in a research that the most successful years of theirs picked out when they were in tremendous pressure and they performed very good. The decision which they took in those years completely turned around their life. Those were the years when they were in personal year 8. So yes, people demonstrate remarkable judgment in this year. There is a strong possibility that you're going to have rapid improvement in your social status in the personal year 8 for sure. So guys, in a way, because numerology works in the 9-year cycle, so that means you will reap the fruits of the past 7 personal years. Whatever you have been sowing in from the past 7 years, this is the year when you will reap the result of that. Like whatever you have been working hard from 2018, 2019, this is the year when you will be honored for your hard work, your struggle in those 7 years. Along with that, guys, we generally say this thing that if you want to make the best out of that year's vibration, so you need to be living as per the doctrine and principles and personality of the ruling planet. Now 8 is ruled by the Saturn. The first principle which Saturn tells us is that staying humble. Humbleness will become very important for you. Staying unconditionally helpful towards others. Like the way, guys, we say this thing that you just don't have to be helpful just for the sake of showing it to the world. You have to be unconditionally ready and willing to help people, to give back. And lastly, guys, you have to be practical. Again, the personal year 8 has got nothing to do with the being sentimental or being a crybaby. I'm sure if you're a MULANK 8, you would have your own share of struggle. You would have your own share of betrayal and all, where people would have betrayed you on your face. But this is not the year to, contemplate on that, get obsessed with that, ponder over that, or try to get things done, or try to come in contact or establish a connection with someone over sympathy, over plight. This is a year for you to be as practical as it's possible. So yes, guys, if I were to summarize, if being a MULANK 8 in the year 2025, you are in a personal year 8, that makes this year very important, very special for you, for attainment of position, for big advancement in your career, reaping the reward in terms of wealth, in terms of your status, in terms of your public image. This is going to be a very, very important year for you. Now guys, last, let's say for example, if being a MULANK 8 in the year 2025, you are in the personal year 9. So definitely, guys, we all know this thing that your MULANK in itself makes you very hardworking, very disciplined, very practical. You are known for your integrity, morals, values, good character. You lead the world or lead your team with example and inspiration, and you have this capacity to reach the peak of your chosen field because of your capacity to handle big projects, manage big teams, undertake or handle any of the high pressure situation and all. So guys, if I were to say, if being a MULANK 8 in the year 2025, if you are in personal year 9, so this is a year of returning favors and being available to friends and community service. So guys, when we talk about the number 8 people, definitely you are very charitable and all, but at times, like you have this capacity to be very private and reserved. But this year, the personal year 9 will definitely demand you to be of help to your friends and associate with any of the community work or community service. Along with that, guys, the impact of people, things and conditions will it will suddenly and slowly gradually start losing their importance or luster in your life. So there's nothing wrong in you. Don't get into this mindset that, oh, I'm slipping in depression. But this is what the vibe of this year is, that over where because this year somehow has got this potential for wrapping up things, like kind of taking away things, so that in the next year it can sow seeds of some fresh beginning. So I mean to say, if suddenly you feel that, okay, those things, those hobbies, going for those chit chat with my friends or doing these type of activities now no longer fascinates me, no longer interest me, so might be universe is planning to invest or bring something much deeper, insightful in your life very soon. So guys, along with that, there will be completion of experiences, and be prepared for the important changes in this year. It might give you that feeling of loss, dejection, rejection, being left on your own, but trust me, universe is conspiring everything with a specific objective or intent in mind. You will get to know about that very soon. So avoid the feeling of loss, resentment, and be as tolerant, empathetic as it is possible. Be as compassionate and as unselfish as it is possible. And yes guys, this is a year which will definitely bring highest of the rewards in your life. And lastly guys, this is the year to let go. And the thing is that in this year, even when we talk about love and romance, people generally go through very dramatic kind of experience. Like if you will feel that your partner in the relationship is bringing a lot of drama, acting very dramatic, or these are the kind of people who are coming to your life with a lot of gossip, a lot of drama, so just be assured that it's going to be a temporary thing. You do not have to become a character in their drama, in their story, because it's going to go away in a short while. And along with that guys, because the personal year 9 vibration is considered as good, let's say for example, if you are connected with any of the United Nations, any kind of activist kind of mindset, and those crusading kind of activities, something to do with performing arts, theater, drama, art, so it is considered as good year for that. So guys, if being a MULANK 8 in the year 2025, if you're in the personal year 9, it is good for expecting change, transformation. And like a lot many times it happens, same like somehow like personal year 7, in this year as well, people uproot themselves from one place to another place, one industry to another industry, one job to another job. But all these changes, transformation which happens on surface, they look very unsettling, but you get to know and reap the reward of that in following year. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.